guys, Portal Master 9351 here, and in this video, I'm going to be giving you my personal character thoughts about the newly announced Light and Dark Skylanders. Yeah! Before I get started, I want to ask you guys a question. So, you may or may not know, the expansion packs come with stickers to allow you to complete your poster and trap holder. And I was wondering, for you guys, where are you going to be putting what? Are you going to be putting Light on this one, the side nearest to the characters? Are you going to be putting Light and Dark on the far side? Because that's what I'm doing. Or vice versa, with Dark on the side nearest to the characters and Light on the far side. I was just kind of wondering, because that's a nice little neat customization thing that you're going to be able to do. Won't really ask about the trap holder. I'm going to put probably Dark all along the bottom and then Light along the that little L-shaped bit. But just something I was kind of curious to hear about, if you had even thought about that. And then I'm going to probably be putting Light and Dark and then Light and Dark. I don't know, I just think Light and Dark sounds better than Dark and Light. I say Light before I would say, you know, like you say salt and pepper and not pepper and salt. Anyways, now on to why you clicked on this video. My personal thoughts. So who should we start out with? Let's start out with Nightlight. Nightlight looks like Chop Chop if he was a Light Skylander. I know that's sort of what Crypt King is based off of, but playstyle-wise, Nightlight was just kind of, he dragged his sword behind him, and he would just, you know, slice really, really quickly like Chop Chop would. He appears to have a pretty cool playstyle. I won't say that his playstyle is unique, but his character model certainly is. Because he's sort of got that Chop Chop sort of sword gameplay, and I don't know, it's almost like a Dino Rang sort of gameplay, you know, because he can make those earth fists, because he can come in, there was one moment where he goes chop, chop, and then he takes his hand and goes like this, and this beam of light just erupts from the ground. Excuse me, sort of like, Dino Rangs. I just thought that was a cool little thing. He just looks unique, and the fact that he can fly is really amazing. He can sort of like hover above the ground. I have a hair in my eye. Sorry about this, guys. That's better. So he just appears to be a really neat conglomeration of several different play styles of different older Skylanders made new, and I adore his character model. It's amazing. It's so unique, the character models. The character models of all of them are insanely unique. So yeah, that's what I think about Nightlight. As far as Spotlight goes, oh, I adore the figure! It looks amazing! It reminds me of Sonic the Rings. She has a very, very, very unique playstyle, being that she can send out that little beam of light from her mouth, not terribly unlike Flashwing. I think they're going to sort of be like sisters. They kind of have similar ideas in that Flashwing can wield crystal energy in the form of light, similar to the way Prison Break can, and so is Spotlight, only with rings. The rings are really cool because she can send them out and then beam her light through them and have them be like spinning beacons. I really think that's cool. Sort of like Flashwing's crystal lighthouses, but made into light. I'm sorry, I've had some throat issues the past few days. I just think that Spotlight overall is a really well-constructed character, even though she does definitely share some aspects with Flashwing, or most aspects, really. It's just done in such a different way that makes it really, really amazing for me. So now on to Nightmare. Nightmare is pretty cool. Not as cool as Nightlight. I think I'm thinking Blackout and Nightlight are the favorites out of the two. Kind of balanced out. It's just my personal opinion. The character design for Nightmare is really unique. Again, they're all really unique. I love the giant sword. They're calling it a lance, but I still think it looks more like a sword. A saw blade sword is sort of looks like a saw blade, like you go and cut something with it, which is kind of the idea of a sword, to cut something with it. So, I think that Nightmare sort of combines Fright Rider and I guess Crypt King. Fright Rider and Crypt King, being that she can charge forward with her sword and do like a mega jump in the air and slam. I'm unsure of Nightlight's slam attack. I'm sure it's very similar. I just think that Nightmare, while still a unique character, doesn't quite meet my expectations fully. Although, again, I still am loving all the character models. I love the centaur. I'm just wondering, it's half horse, half what? That's the ultimate question, guys. We're asking way too many questions. We should be asking, what is the other half of Nightmare? Half horse, half something else. What? What is the something else? That's the question, isn't it? So on to Blackout. Blackout, the male Skylander of the Dark Element. Blackout. Where to begin? I think that this is the most unique character out of both of the new elements. The most, at least gameplay-wise. Figure-wise, still really cool. Probably my least favorite of all the figures, actually. But still the most unique gameplay-wise. Why? I know it's sort of like Blades, but it's done differently. The wings as attackable things, and I know I'm acting all this stuff out, and it's kind of weird, but I don't care. The attacks are just really cool when it comes from the wings, and I think the animation was done really well. I just think that overall the wing attacks are really impressive. Then you have the ability to curl up in a ball and spin. And while that's akin to Funny Bone, it's done yet again in a different way. And that's something that I think that we're going to run into more and more often. You know, even in Pokemon or other established companies that deal with creating, you know, various different styles of creatures are eventually going to start reusing other types of ideas. And I think that's okay. That's okay to be done. I mean, there is a mouse-type Pokemon that's electric in every Pokemon generation ever. Period. There is a cotton candy Pokemon. I mean, if there can be a cotton candy Pokemon, Blackout can exist being a hybrid of Blades with the wing attacks and Funny Bone with the spin. And then we have something akin to Whirlwind's Series 2 Wow Pow. Sorry, the Series 3 Wow Pow. It's not the Wow Pow. It's not the Wow Pow. It's just the Rainbow Singularity. I'm sorry, that's not a Wow Pow. I haven't played with some of the older ones in a while. But sort of akin to that, but the opposite effect. Or at least it seemed to have the opposite effect. Blackout kind of raised up again a orb of black light, and then it came down on the ground and sort of sent out a shockwave of dark energy. And I think that dark and light energy is a concept that's going to be explored by these light and dark Skylanders in the future. Why do I say in the future? Because let's think about this. Honestly, guys, let's think about this. There are 4 Skylanders of each element in the original game. There are 2 new ones joining them in Giants. making 6. Then we have 4 in Swap Force. 2 Swappers, 2 Cores, 14. And then we have another 4 in this game. So we're dealing with 18 Skylanders of every other element, and then 2 of those elements. Something's not quite right here, guys. And I'm definitely going to discuss, my next video is going to be my personal thoughts on the plot line of Light and Dark, and then I'm going to release another one after I know a little bit more, my speculation of the Light and Dark storyline. Because, believe me, my gears up here are turning as to what I think is up. Something's not quite right here. And I'm going to discuss that, guys, with you in a couple of days. And then, remember, I said I was going to do a live stream. Currently, I'm thinking of doing it the second weekend in January. That Saturday. It would be like an hour. I don't know, like 7 to 8 or 8 to 9. And I'll have more details on that. But that's when I'm saying that I hope to be able to do my live stream. I would hopefully not have throat problems and actually be able to talk for an hour about Skylanders, because I enjoy doing that. About all different types of stuff, and you guys can even hop on that live chat box over there, ask me questions, and I could come up with an on-the-spot reply for you guys. And I know, I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the camera, but I'm looking at the mirror because it's a bad habit of mine, and I'm trying to break myself of that. So just wanted to throw that out there. Mark your calendars, a live stream, possibly the second weekend in January. Hopefully I'll have Light and Dark for myself by then, along with Wave 3, which is sort of trickling out as of right now. So, just wanted to let you guys know that. If you enjoyed this video, this has been Portal Master 9351. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, or I will sick all the Light and Dark villains on you. See you next time, everybody.